Hello there, content literacy folks. I'm making a little video this afternoon to clarify something that's been assigned in your readings for this week. So when we look at the Module 1 to-do chart, down here at number 8 and number 9, you can see that I've asked you to read a portion of a chapter and to split it up a little bit with your table group, both for chapter 13 and chapter 14. By the way, my apologies for the typo. This should be 253 to 256. So I want to clarify what I'm asking you to do here. Okay? So in your Strategies That Workbook, in chapter 13, I would like everyone to read the introductory part. Okay? So that's 235, and go all the way through until 240, okay? And then read this first beginning part. Everyone should read this, Practices for Reading to Learn in Social Studies and Science, just this introductory part. Then you see how there's this blue heading, okay? And it says Literacy Practices for Social Studies and History. And then you'll see some green headings here, interactive read-alouds with picture books, observe artifacts and sorry, you can't see that, can you? Observe artifacts and analyze primary sources. So there's another one here, book club discussion with historical fiction picture books or nonfiction trade books, etc. So on pages 241 to 246, those are all social studies practices. So in your table group, each person needs to pick 2 of those green-headed paragraphs, okay? 2 of those social studies concepts that they're going to read about, or practices that they're going to read about, and then so that all of the different social studies practices, or at least most of them, are all covered, depending on the size of your table group, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing for the literacy practices for science. Each person is going to pick 2 of the literacy practices for science. And then when we're in our seated class, you're going to share about the practices that you chose. So each person at your table group should choose obviously different practices, so that you get, you have a little time to kind of jigsaw it and discuss it in class. Okay? So I hope that clarifies number 8 and number 9. I'm sorry, number 8. Okay, then going on to number 9, which is chapter 14, the Researcher's Workshop, Inquiry Across the Curriculum. And again, everyone's reading the beginning, the introduction to the chapter, and this will help set the groundwork for your own units, like with essential questions and whatnot, okay? And what they're showing here is when you have an inquiry framework, basically a project-based unit, which is what you're creating in this class, there are different phases of that unit, okay? And this is exactly the same thing you're doing for this class. So, so that first part of the chapter, up to page 256, this top part, everyone reads, okay? Then the chapter is split into 2 parts. One is focused on young children, and this is an entire description of those different phases of the inquiry framework with second graders. Okay, so some folks in your table group should read this on the second graders, and this goes until page 264. Okay, this is the end of the second graders project. And then they have a 5th graders project. Okay, 5th grade classroom project, Voice and Vote from Inquiry to Action. And so some members of your table group, and it doesn't have to be equal. It can, I want you to read about something you're going to be very interested in. So if you're a person that's more interested in early childhood, then you should read the project for 2nd graders. And if you're someone that's more interested in intermediate, then you should read the one for 5th graders. Okay? Obviously, 512 people, I expect that you're going to read this one, Voice and Vote from Inquiry to Action. It's not, I mean, I'm not going to force you or anything, but I would think that that would be more what you would be interested in reading. Okay? So, going back to our module to-do chart, now, hopefully that explanation for numbers 8 and 9 on this chart are very clear. Okay? Remember, ask questions if something's confusing. I don't want you to be confused. I want to help. Okay? Ask each other first and then ask Dr. Dewar. I'll be happy to help. Thanks. Bye.